Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for watching my videos. You guys are awesome. Thank you for always commenting or tagging me on Twitter with any role that you gotten or anything that you asked me in chat. In today's video, we're gonna go over bows. The reason why we're going over bows, and especially in the energy slot, is because next season, or the season of Dawn, bows are going to be allowed to have anti-barrier and unstoppable rounds. So if you're a person that loves bows, this might be the thing for you. I'm also going to go over what perks or what traits or what strings or what fletching are pretty good on bows, and depending on whether it's precision or light frame, which works better. So I just want to break down, I'm also going to put this in the description, what you might want to look for, going from like 1 to 5 in each position, or for each bow, whether it is, natural or elastic or flexible, whatever it is. I will have that in the description. But for now, I just want to go over just the basis of it. Precision bows. First, polymer is king. If you don't see polymer, you want to go for elastic. If you don't see elastic, you want to go for flexible. I'm just going to give you the top 3 in just the string part. In the stretching part, you want to go for either helical, which is first, straight, which is second, or compact arrow, which is third. The strings will do the same thing for lightweights, but when it comes to the stretching, you want fiberglass or straight. Overall, for this season, if you are going to try to use a bow and be effective, when it comes to traits, Archer's Tempo and Explosive Payload are going to be what you want to go after. And you ask, why do I want to go for over Explosive Payload? The reason why I go for Explosive Payload, especially when that works with anti-barrier, Explosive Payload adds 8% damage to any weapon in the game. And with a bow, shooting it, you still have draw time, which is kind of against the competition of Pulse and Scouts. It kind of lacks there, but then Explosive Payload kind of bring that back in the game. Thank you for watching once again, and here we go with the bows. Alright, well, here we go once again. This video, like I said, is going to be on energy bows, and bows are going to have unstoppable and anti-barrier. The first one we're going to go into is the Arsenic Bite. Arsenic Bite is another precision arc bow that's in the game. There's like 2 different roles that you can get more than likely. I've seen a Dragonfly one and a Rampage one so far. If you can, or if you happen to have an Artist Tempo one, Artist Tempo is definitely a great perk to have with the Rampage. But for this, you want to go for Explosive Payload, and like I said in my previous videos, Explosive Payload does add 8% extra to your weapon. And on here, you can get Rampage and Explosive Payload on this bow. This bow also drops randomly as you level up, or if you get like a Prime Engram, or even when you're in the world just playing around. This bow does drop often, so if you happen to get one or you have one saved in the vault, definitely keep it. It is a fun bow to use. And it's a nice arc thing, because next season, where I believe we're going to see, a bunch of each burn, like arc Solar Void a lot. Next bow we're going to go into is the Tyranny. The Tyranny of Heaven, it comes from the Last Wish trade. The role that I currently have is Snapshot and Archer's Tempo. If you guys need to know what string is good and what what fletching is like the best thing, I said this before, but for precision, polymer string is the best, elastic is second, flexible is third. If you don't happen to have those, then you probably go for agile or natural. And when it comes to the fletching, helical is first, straight is second, and compact arrow is third. But as you can see here, the flow of this bow is pretty nice, and if you could get your hands on one that has explosive payload, that will work well with anti-barrier. I'm basically pushing for explosive payload because it's going to work well with anti-barrier. Now, here are things that you might have gotten in the past, and the first one is going to be the Vow. The Vow was the bow from the Valentine's event. So if you happen to have one of these, it is a nice solo weapon. If you do not want to go do the whole Last Wish raid and hope to get the Tyranny of Heaven, Also, another thing about the last wish trade is that you can get those 2 chests without having to do the raid, and you do have a chance of getting the Tyranny of Heaven from out of there. The Vow is a pretty cool weapon. It does happen to have Archer's Tempo. I think Archer's Tempo is pretty neat, especially when it comes to reducing your draw time and being able to shoot right away again. And the next bow is basically like the king of that. You kind of have a bow that you have to shoot from the hip, and you probably already know what I'm talking about. It's called the Hush, uh, and I mean, this bow is pretty neat. It is something that not, most folks probably do have, or they got it as a pinnacle. You kind of threw it in the vault. It does have opening shot, but Archer's Gambit is it's basically like having Archer's Tempo, but Archer's Gambit lasts 7 seconds and it refreshes every time you hit a crit shot, as long as you're shooting from the hip. This thing kind of turns into more of like maybe like a burst pulse or something like that, like because you can just basically keep shooting it. And I do preview that here, and as you can see, as soon as I have that proc, I can keep shooting it as fast as I want. And if you're on the hunter, you could probably even run the gauntlets for it. I don't think it's needed. I think the bow is just fine the way it is. But as you can see here, it just speeds up, man, and it just tears. And that might be a thing that can help it with against barrier champions, or even those unstoppable champions. The next is the subtle Calamity. It is a precision frame. I love the subtle. It is a great bow. It is void. You can also get explosive payload on this. I love this bad boy. I have one with Dragonfly and Archers. I also have one with Rampage and Archers, and I'm gonna do my best to get my hands on a Rampage and an explosive payload one. It is a hard thing to get, but it does drop from Prime and Grams. It does drop in the world. So if you happen to get this bow a few times, make sure you keep an eye on it and see what you can get from it. All right. Remember, Pollen String is gonna be what you're gonna want with Helico Fletching. And like I said, I'm hunting down a Rampage with explosive payload. Once again, thank you guys for watching the video. I do appreciate you guys checking out my work and leaving comments. I'll see you on the next one, and let's have fun in Season of the Dawn. Here we go.